All right, well, thanks for staying with us this morning. If you're in need of something to read, but maybe you just don't have the time to crack open a book, I know our schedules can be so crazy this time of year, but audiobooks seem to be the perfect solution, and they're becoming extremely popular as well.
And Jacqueline Shear is the pro of audiobooks. She has 3 titles that we can check out. You'll hear some familiar voices while listening as well. We're talking about celebrities in these audiobooks.
Yeah, absolutely. So here, let me make my case for an audiobook really quickly, because some people do not believe in an audiobook.
Right here, Audrey Bisk.
So let me tell you a couple of benefits of it. And I am a reader.
I know you are.
And I have a Kindle and I love my Kindle. I want a book. I want to sit down with my book and a cup of coffee or a cup of tea. But here's the good thing about an audiobook is that you can do other things. First of all, it's good for driving. I'm not a huge podcast person, and we'll revisit that in a second. Here's another thing too, though. It is peaceful and it rests your eyes. So if you need a moment, close your eyes, listen to the audiobook. It's especially good. And we were talking about a book this morning where you said you were having a hard time getting into it for a minute, and you waited. Everyone said you have to kind of push through, and you did, and you loved it. Those kinds of books are also wonderful to listen to on audiobook, because you just kind of let it all wash over you, and then you start to get into it more and more. Really, that's how I got into Harry Potter when I was a kid. I'm not even kidding. Okay, so that's my case for audiobooks.
So I have some rebuttals I'll talk to you about during commercial break.
Right, this is my segment, Audrey. Okay. So the other thing that's cool about audiobooks too is that sometimes you hear familiar voices, you know, they're telling you the story. So my first one is Oprah.
Okay. Oh, wow.
Yeah, if you want to hear Oprah talk. So What Happened to You is my first pick. It's Bruce D. Perry and Oprah Winfrey. And you know we don't have the books this time around because they're audiobooks. This audiobook is wonderful. So I will admit that I was a little too young to appreciate the Oprah Winfrey Show. So I watched it with my mom, you know, all that kind of good stuff. But, you know, when I listened to this book, I understood everything that people say about Oprah, why they love listening to her so much. This book is about trauma and healing, and you know, from big things and from little things that happen. And she writes it with Bruce D. Perry, and he is a professional in mental health, and he goes into the science of healing and trauma, and Oprah brings her Oprahness to it. So she helped write this book, and then she narrates her parts. So you feel like you're just watching her talk show or listening to her talk to you in your living room, which is always kind of how it feels when Oprah's talking to you. And she brings those stories, and you know, the one thing that I really liked about this book, and it's really only someone like Oprah can do it, sometimes when you're talking about trauma, you have to talk about some sad, scary, traumatic stories. The way Oprah does it is so respectful to whatever story she's telling, and it's never kind of that that scary, you know, that too much detail, gory. You know, she just kind of tells you what it is, and she tells it in such a respectful way that you understand why you've listened to this part of the story, and then she gives her insight into it. I just love this book, and this is one of my 5-star books last year. And so What Happened to You by Bruce D. Perry and Oprah Winfrey, and it feels a little bit akin to a talk show in an audiobook form, and I think you guys will really like it.
What's great about this, I can see it's available on multiple platforms as well, so it shouldn't have any problems getting it.
Absolutely, and always too, remember with audiobooks, Libby from your library, if you got a library card, you can hook that up to an app called Libby and get free audiobooks too. So just something.
Great.
Okay, so I said earlier that I wasn't a podcast person, and I said I was going to revisit that later. Okay, so this book sounds weird. It's called The Faceless Old Woman Who Secretly Lives in Your Home.
No.
That title is
Did you know that
I had chills.
There's a faceless old woman who secretly lives in your home?
No, thank you.
Well, she lives in everybody's home.
Okay, tell me more.
So this book is wonderful. It is based off of a podcast, and it is a really fun podcast. It's called Welcome to Night Vale, and because I listened to this book, I'm, again, not a podcast person, I actually listened to quite a few of the podcast episodes, got really into it for a little while, and I'll probably continue listening to it. It's a fictional podcast about kind of this creepy town in the desert where weird things happen, and one of those things is that there's a faceless old woman who secretly lives in everyone's home. And in this book, though, it is about her backstory, and she's a character in the podcast, and she comes up pretty often, But this is how she became the faceless old woman, and it's a very Count of Monte Cristo type story. It's very Haunting of Hill House. It's all of those good things wrapped into one. And here, and I was saying, you hear those voices that you remember. Mara Wilson actually narrates this. She plays the part of the faceless old woman.
This is amazing.
It is so cool to hear her voice too. And she was so good at kind of that little bit of a supernatural in Matilda.
Yeah.
She's just got that good, like a little bit of creepy, spooky. Oh, it's so good. So this is wonderful. And even if you haven't listened to the podcast, like I hadn't before I listened to this book, you'll absolutely love it, and it'll really get you involved in kind of this world of Night Vale and now that's my favorite podcast. I actually went to the live show recently.
Wow.
And again, I am not a podcast person, so I never thought I'd be at a podcast live show, but oh my gosh, I started an obsession for me. So highly recommend that one. And then everybody's going to recognize the narrator of this book too, but you might actually recognize the cover art too, because this book is called The Dutch House, and when it came out, I think I saw it everywhere, and I just kept remembering seeing it because the cover art is so beautiful.
Oh, stunning.
Oh my gosh. And it's a kind of a family drama. It's fictional. It's about this house that these children grew up in, and the house, goes through changing hands and things like that, but it always means something to them. And it's a great book to begin with. And I feel like in a weird way, there's something in it. It's just, you might not relate to the whole story, but you relate to some piece of it. There's something very human about it. And it's narrated by the one and only Tom Hanks.
Of course it is.
Yes, and he does a superb job.
I love his voice. I would listen to an audiobook from Tom Hanks.
And he plays the character so well, because it's a narration by the main male character, and you would just believe that Tom Hanks was just telling you this story about his life. He's so natural. I mean, it's not overacted or anything like that. It's just wonderful. So those are some where you'll recognize the voices. And of course, I always want to say too that there are some fabulous audiobook narrators who are not necessarily celebrities in other realms, and who are not actors in other realms, and are exclusively audiobook narrators that are just fantastic in their field. And maybe in a future book club session we'll take a look at some of those.
Yeah, that'd be great.
But those are some of the ones that I think that everyone will recognize and want to hear more from.